everyone. We are here at Sandhill Farm in Archer, Florida. We're with Tom Staniland, and this is his farm. He's got some Jersey cows that we get our raw milk from, and he's just going to show us that process, and the cows are right over here, so let's get going. We'll check it out. Thank you for having us here, Tom.
You are welcome, and I'm glad you're here.
We're just going to walk through it. We want to see exactly how you do what you do and meet the cows and all that stuff. So let's come on in.
Be glad to meet you too.
Yay. Okay, here we go.
Okay, girls. Come on, Buttons. There you go. Watch where you're stepping. I've already stepped in it.
I see it. I see it. It's all right.
You may have to back up a little bit for some of them to come in. Buttons will have to come in over there.
Okay.
Come on, Buttons. Come right in there. Okay, you're okay. Come on, Ready. Let's go, Ready.
Turn. All right. So you do two at a time, like line two up at a time?
Yeah, and I'll milk one and then the other.
Okay, cool. It's neat that they literally know their names and their turn.
It is so they all know their name from little babies.
Oh, that's real sweet.
Yeah. Okay.
Tell me if I'm in your way.
Okay, you're not in the way. I'm going to sweep out from them a little bit where we won't have anything on the floor. Okay, you may get a better picture of what goes on with the milking from inside. And we clean them and dry them. And then we check each quarter to be sure that they're good and clean. Nothing has happened since this morning.
Mm-hmm. And you milk them twice a day, every day?
Twice a day, 7 days a week.
About what time of day do you do?
4 and 4 is what I try to do.
4 a.m. and 4 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness, 4 a.m.
Okay, we're going to make a racket now.
Okay.
Easy now, nobody's bothering you.
Man, that comes out fast.
Mm-hmm. It's faster than this way.
Oh my gosh, I'll say.
Okay, we got these, dude. Yeah, we'll get this dumped up where we can milk another one.
So then you just strain it through this to get any other particles or whatever else made. So both of these are A2B cows, you said.
Mm-hmm.
And so he does their milk separately. So there's different types of cows, and they have different proteins.
You want to go ahead and bottle it?
And these are A2B cows, and then he has A2 cows, and I'll have him explain what the difference is in those.
Ready, we have to go. Ready. Ready, come on.
Ready's not ready.
No, I know it. That's what we kid with her all the time. Come on, Goldie. Scoot out where you want dirty on the floor. You can't go. I don't want them dirty on the concrete, so they have to learn to go out.
This is just like a stainless, it's obviously a closed milking system.
Right.
Which keeps it a lot cleaner.
Right.
It goes straight from the teat into the, what do you call this thing?
That's a milk bucket, a milk can.
It's pretty technical.
Yeah.
How long have you had these particular cows?
Let's see, she's 9. I think she'll be 10 this December.
I know you've told me before that you've had them in your family for a long time. Are they all like heritage handed down?
Yeah, right.
Oh, okay.
Right.
All of them.
Right. The first one I remember, trying to think what her name is. I can't think of her name. But she was born January the 18th, 59. I can't think of her name right now, but that's Tina's ancestor there. That's their bloodline.
How long do the cows live?
I've had them, I've milked them up to like 22.
Wow.
And had some live to 25, 26.
Oh, that's a long time. Oh my gosh.
They die here.
Yeah, right.
They don't go to beef or anything else.
Yeah. Aww. I'm sure it's like losing a family member when you lose a cow.
It really is.
Oh my goodness.
It really is.
Because you're there with them, I mean, twice a day, every day, and all day long, taking care of them too.
Right.
So literally like family.
They are, and see, 90% of the time it's by myself here. So
Yeah.
they're really.
They're your company.
They're my company. They're everybody, and they're family.
Yeah. And I'm sure they love you just the same.
They do, and I pick on them, and they pick on me.
Look at that tongue. What in the world? Oh my gosh. Let me Instagram that. And so, how many cows on average do you milk now at any given time?
Well, I'll go up to, hand milk to 8.
8?
8, but that's
Okay.
too many because I'm trying to
Trying to
slow
slim it
down some too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Tom said, what time do you go to bed at night? What time do you wake up in the morning?
Well, it depends. Well, I wake up at 3 o'clock.
Oh my gosh, no matter what.
Yeah, I can't go. I haven't set a clock
3
in
a.m.
so many years,
Oh.
and most of the time, it's 10 to 11 going to bed.
Okay. So you're only getting 4 or 5 hours a night if
Yeah.
you're lucky.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Okay,
You got one more?
that's it.
That's it? Okay.
That's it. We did it.
You did it. Good job.
When I was a year old, my grandfather gave me 2 Jersey heifer calves.
When you were
Yeah.
how old?
When I was a year old.
You were 1?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness,
And,
that's so cute.
And I've had ever since. I've kept this same families going.
Yeah.
And,
So kept breeding those, and they kept
right,
having more babies.
right,
Yeah.
right. And moved to Georgia and had a commercial dairy there. In fact, I had one in Tampa,
Mm-hmm.
and then I sold that out and moved up to Georgia.
Let's walk over there and go see the little baby that you got. Because this is the newest addition, I guess, to
Right,
the family.
yeah.
Neat. What's this one's name?
Tater.
Tater. There's Tater. Hey, baby Tater. So
Yeah,
this is the fresh little baby that
Yeah.
was born
November the
you said
6th.
November 6th. Aw. November 6th. Whoops.
Yeah, she was real little when she was born, but she's really came out now, so she's.
Oh, she's so cute. Little one. Tell us, I guess, a little bit about how the changes in the regulations, the way that you have to label it. Like in our store, it's labeled for pet ag use only, but that used to be the norm, is that everybody had a cow. Everybody
Right, right.
drank raw milk.
Right.
And I know that every state is different. And we are pretty lucky in Florida that we can even sell raw milk. It just has to be labeled for pet and ag use. And,
Right. And here, little people like me can do it. With a few cows, you can do it.
Mm-hmm.
But some states where it's legal to sell it, it's state inspected, but your facilities have to be very expensive,
Mm-hmm.
which infringes on little people too, because you can't.
you can't afford to do it.
It would
Yeah.
cost so much money. You would have to get 10 times as much out of the milk
Right.
to sell it that way. So we're fortunate to have it. And it's when the milk is milked clean and kept clean and cold, there's nothing wrong with it. It's really, to me, safer than milk that goes to a processing plant.
Yeah, you've. I know. Way back when we talked about milk, because you saw other dairy farmers that were bringing their milk from wherever. Can you tell us a little bit about some of the stuff that you'd see
well,
with that?
a lot of milk that comes from out of state. There's cow dairies now that milking 20 and 30,000 cows to the farm, and when
20 and 30,000.
1,000.
Oh my gosh,
And
that's
it's
crazy.
it can't help but be a mess,
Right.
Because cows do what cows do,
Right.
and they when they can't clean that much milk on the farm, so when it's put on a truck and like hauled from New Mexico or Wisconsin to processing plants in Lakeland or Tampa, Orlando, wherever it is, the riding down the road shakes anything that's in it to the bottom, and when they open the valve, they had to poke it out. You just can't open the valve to.
Because it's all clogged up with all
it's
that.
clogged up with manure and sand.
Oh
the
my
dirt.
gosh, that is so gross.
Right, and there's so many things, and it's all hired people that don't care, but little family farms like 50 cow farms and whatever it used to be. That was a family, and they took better care of it because they knew if their milk was bad, that was their total income.
Right. Right.
But when you have 30 or 40 employees doing it, they get their paycheck and go home.
Right. Right. And so it's
You're right.
not
It's
a
totally
matter.
different.
the same way.
Right,
Exactly.
right. It's so different. It's
Yeah.
like any other food product we have.
Right, and you can see on the small scale all the care that goes into yours,
Right,
and then how much of a high quality product you'll get with that.
right. And see that like milk now, when they transport it, you could go to, you might need to go there one day to Baconton, Georgia, and that's one of the places where they take 5 semi truckloads of milk into the tankers, and they take the milk, the water out, all the water out of the milk of the 5 trucks. And they put that back on one truck to ship it. And when they get to the plant, they put water back in it.
So it's all like dehydrated milk
Yeah, it's
that they're taking.
they 5 trucks go on one, and then they put in all the water they had to put in it is city water.
Oh my gosh.
So
So that's what's turned back into the milk that's there.
yeah, when you drink a gallon of milk, it is 4/5 water. And
City water.
City water, and then they add aspartame and different things to make it sweet milk again.
But it's not labeled that
And
way.
they don't have to label it. So,
Oh my goodness.
you know, there's
so you're not getting. I mean, it's not. Yeah, like you said, it's 4/5 not milk.
right,
Everything else
right.
but milk.
You know, they may classify it as water that they take out, but that's gone through the processing plant that God built.
Exactly.
And when it comes out, you know, it's different than what you.
Yeah,
Turn
the
on the
liquid
faucet.
that you take out of a cow's milk is not the same liquid that comes out of your city faucet.
That's exactly right. You've got it.
Oh my gosh, that's so crazy. You can see how much of the mess with something, you know. And the same thing, like whenever you have cows that are, you know, on a pasture and they're eating grass, they're eating hay and things that they're supposed to eat, versus getting fed. I've read and seen video of cows that are fed like municipal garbage, like candy, like literally like junk that they're giving them.
They do. And see, like where they make ethanol, the corn that goes through that plant, the leftover they feed it to cows. And there's all kind of plants, you know, different byproducts they say
Right.
that you feed them.
Right.
They don't get the full good out. You're feeding them trash and trying to
Right.
get something good out of trash.
No. Yeah, you are what you eat, and that's what will come out of them.
That's
It's
exactly
all
right.
that junk. And that's what's shocking to me, you know, because that's what everybody, I mean, the USDA says is a safe, good, healthy milk. You know, and then this is the kind of thing that it's like, you know, something that people are afraid of. So I find that really interesting
Right.
because you can see how much care and attention that the cows get, that the process gets. You know, it's such a short supply chain because it literally comes from the cow to you to like our store or to the
Right.
consumer that you're
Right. Well, okay, and
delivering directly to.
if there's something wrong with my milk in your store, you know where to come to
Right.
get this.
We'll
straightened
know
out.
what happened, you know.
Right,
But
you know.
we've been carrying the milk for several years now already, and have never had any issues with any of it ever. So we're really thankful. We're so happy to have it. We feel very blessed to have
well,
it.
see, I'm selling myself there too, and you know, if anything was to happen, something dirty got in it that I know about at all, I will go pour the milk out.
Right.
You know, you won't get it because.
Right. Because you know that's the end of the process. It's not going to go get cooked and then
Right,
processed and
right.
dehydrated and
Right.
reconstituted and all this
Right.
other garbage where it
Right.
won't matter. Because it does
Right.
matter what you're doing. Every step in it matters big time.
And see, like with the raw milk, I don't know if you were aware of it or not, but a lot of people that are lactose intolerant, you're lactose intolerant to pasteurized milk because when you pasteurize it, you kill what's naturally in the milk.
The natural enzymes to help
Right,
digest it.
right,
See,
exactly.
those are things that since we sell it in our store, I can't talk about it. But since you're the farmer, you can tell everybody all that
right.
stuff.
But that's what it is. You know,
Yeah, and
it's-
also the homogenization process. I know that a lot of people who have process problems with milk is because the homogenization, which makes it where there's no longer separating of the cream and all
right,
that.
right.
That changes like the molecule size of the milk itself, and it
Right.
makes it where it's much smaller, and it's not the form that you would naturally digest it.
Right.
So your stomach isn't going to process that the
That's
same way that it
exactly
would
right.
in the natural molecule size where the cream rises to the top and the milk is at the bottom.
Right.
So all of that makes a huge difference. And so
Right.
many people who do have problems with milk, you know, with commercial processed milk, that's why.
Right. Well,
So-
see, when I was growing up, if you wanted skim milk, you did that with a spoon instead of a machine.
Right. Exactly. And that's what you can do. We have a lot of people at the store who will ask for cream. And I know right now we just get milk, you know, because again, that's a whole nother process trying to separate it and do all that. Like, oh, do you sell raw cream? I'm like, well, you could scoop it out.
Yeah, right.
So there's a way to get it, you
Right.
know, it just takes a little bit of effort. Well, again, Tom, thank you for having us out. We really appreciate what
Okay.
you're doing, and we appreciate you supplying our store with
Well, thank you.
just the best milk. And we're so thankful to have it. We're thankful to have you, and we're glad for all
I'm
the
going to
hard
do
work
it
you're
as long
putting
as
in.
I can.
All right. Well, we'll be here.
Yeah,
Get it
we'll
as long
get
as
it.
you can. So thank you, and thanks,
Okay.
guys, for watching.
Okay, well.
We'll hopefully see you soon. We'll see you this week.
Okay. Okay. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.